So, welcome to Reccsar Private Limited, an esteemed IT training institute. We empower individuals and organizations in the tech era through diverse cut edge courses. So, and when it comes to our mission is to help organizations maintain agility in meeting evolving business demands. We build strong communities and bridge skill gaps between individuals and industries. So let's look into what we offer and what are our training modes. So we offer robust corporate training, blended learning, and custom solutions. Our training modes include classroom, online sessions, corporate and project-based trainings. And when it comes to the key benefits and the courses, the next slide, sir. Yes. So our training programs come with lifetime portal access, 24 into 7 support, and industry experts. We offer courses in cloud and DevOps, web development, and data and AI. So these are our courses. So please look into this one. You can even screenshot this. So these are our courses. We offer these courses in diverse colleges. So why choose Reza? So, because we are trusted global partners, industry aligned trainings, and personalized solutions. And the very important thing is proven outcomes in performance and efficiency. So, to reach us, you can contact. We displayed our contact information. You can just screenshot it if you want. So, you have the numbers and also the website details. So, please check it out.
So today we are going to see that online workshop on building a SaaS product from scratch. So weekly once we are conducting as a free workshops. So in that workshop, so now today we are going to conduct this workshop. So SaaS programming. So kindly use this opportunity. So we will be providing a e-certificate for attending these workshops. Kindly use this opportunity. Audible.
Yeah, okay, fine. So, good morning. So today we are going to have a basic outlook on what actually SaaS is. So, first let's start with what a SaaS actually is. Okay. So SaaS, SaaS stands for Software as a Service. So there are a lot of services right now. Like uh, during the older times,
So
people
are you
usually,
presenting? Excuse me. So are you
yeah,
presenting the slides? Slides.
uh, one second. Like I forgot actually. Um, where did I keep the one? So these are just I just gathered some information and just used Gamma to wrap up a presentation. Don't mind it. So first, let's see what the use of SaaS actually is. So during our older times, people usually used to sell services, but in the form of physical transactions. So like if I'm going to pay a guy for doing my laundry or like fencing or grass cutting or something like that, it's a form of service that's being transactioned for money. Okay, so as the time grew, our needs and our way of life gradually changed. So there were a lot of opportunities to sell new stuffs. Okay, and the main thing we could be able to sell was software services. So for example, uh, I know that most of us use Spotify, YouTube, Netflix, Amazon Prime and stuff like that. So these are all forms of SaaS. So what do? They are not selling any physical form of stuff. They are selling you audio, digital video, and the ability to view them from wherever you are located. So this is one of the most advantageous prospect of SaaS. You can just use it from anywhere else in the world. You can create it from India and sell it to people in USA or Europe, and they would pay you for your service. That's the most fascinating thing about this SaaS. So what SaaS actually is, it's a software service. Like, you are providing a digital form of service to a person from anywhere else in the world remotely, and they will use it and they will give you the money for using it. Okay, this is the simplest explanation for SaaS. So during older days, like I mean like this in the digital era itself, softwares were like uh, sold in pen drives, CDs, and you got to download gigabytes of file and install it with a complex process. So as we are moving towards the more cloud integrated era, we have seen that many applications like electron applications or something, like they are being hosted in the cloud, and we don't have to go through a hectic onboarding or setup process to use them. For example, let's take the example of Microsoft Word and Docs. So first, Microsoft Word had this. Uh, you have to download it from the internet, and you gotta set up with some license key or something. And it's not that painstakingly hard, but it's kind of a very uncomfortable process to do all of that. But nowadays we have that Google Docs, right? So you don't have to do a lot of stuff with it. Just go type docx and you will get the application, and you can just sign in with your Google, and you can do whatever you are doing in the Microsoft Word in docx too. So that's the what you can say advantage that SaaS brings to you. Okay, it just reduces the process of using a software without like having a lot of thing to do. For example, I will show you a website that our company uses. It's Apollo. So actually this is a cold emailing software. So first, we use this for lead scrapping and lead generation for our company. So this is a form of SaaS. Like it, you can see that it is alive in a website. So like it's not, I did not download anything or stuff. So I just have to pay a monthly retainer for this. So it's, so I just got to pay like $60 per month, and I can use this from wherever I want, and I can add as many teammates as I want. So first but before this, we had to like set up a manual bot, like a lead scraping bot, and we should integrate it with a cold emailing API. So there was a lot of stuff going behind it. So they have shrink all of these processes into a single application, and you just got to pay this monthly retainer to them. So as I said, they just reduce the complicated stuff and put the paywall ahead of it. So they do the stuff for you, and you just have to pay them to use the service. That's the model of SaaS. Okay, so how big of a market is this? So it's currently the compound annual growth rate. You call it CAGR actually. So it's used for this valuation and all, like I think that you guys are familiar with Y Combinator. So this Y Combinator does these valuations and all, like how big a market is projected to grow by a specific year. So it is said that it would be around 424 billion by the year 2029. That's a really big amount actually, and the annual growth rate is 14.1 percentage. So it has a steady pace right now, and also with the steady improvement in AI applications and the models that are being released every day, creating SaaS is just like an easy task for you right now. So I will show you one of the examples. So I open this guy's account. So he's Royly. He's from, I think, Korea, I guess, Korea to America. So this guy actually vibe coded an app called not Cluely, but he first vibe coded an app called Interview Coder. So what it does is it helps you cheat on interviews. That's the main thing of it. So for that he got kicked out of his college. Like I think he studied in Columbia, I guess, Columbia Community College. So he kicked out of the college, got kicked out of his college, and he and his friend Neil Shanmugam, like I think this guy is an Indian. So they both founded this company called Cluey. So this is a SaaS. Like this is their application. So they both founded this company, and I think they are making 100 million, I guess. Cluey valuation. So they are currently valued at $120 million. So I think they launched like last year, I guess. So, like this guy is the founder. He first started a interview coder as a college project. It got viral, and he got kicked out of the college. And then he and his friend started another company called Cluely, which is the same but with a more professional background. And they raised a lot of money with Y Combinator and valuation rounds. And now they are valued at $120 million. The main thing you got to focus here is the capital was like really low. Like the bar was their knowledge. Actually, their knowledge, the way they can code, and the way they solved a problem that was actually real in the society. Like there was a problem that was faced by a lot of people, and they changed it. They provided a solution for it, and people started paying for it. Okay, like you don't have to have a big inventory for the products, like physical products, but for SaaS, you don't have to have those much stuff and all. Like you just need to know to code. You need to be able to find an actual problem in the society, like a pain point, and you should be able to provide the solution and make sure that you distribute your product, like social media, ads, and something like that. And then people will buy the product from you. That's it. So I'm saying this because there is a lot of advantage in coding a SaaS and distributing it. It's like a long process. Like maybe you should take 1 to 2 months in distributing it, but surely when if the problem is real and your product is actually good, people will usually buy it from you. So okay, the giants of SaaS shaping the digital landscape. So what I said now was Cluely is actually a consumer SaaS. Okay. There are two types of SaaS actually. One is consumer SaaS and another is business SaaS. So consumer SaaS means Spotify, Netflix, Amazon Prime. Like they are software as a service, but they are targeted towards the consumer. Okay, targeted towards the consumer. But business SaaS in the sense, these are softwares that are specifically created for B2B companies, like business to business. So I am doing a SaaS that I want to sell to another company in solving their internal problems. Okay, like that's the main aim of mine. So one of this Microsoft 365. Microsoft 365 is also a consumer product, but it's mainly used in many corporate areas. Like we students and all use it, but students and startups such as ourselves, like we don't use Excel that much, but yeah, we make sure that we do our accounts and stuff like that. And yeah, so Microsoft Corporation, so Microsoft 365 is one of the most used SaaS, you can say, softwares. And Salesforce is used for CRM integration. So Salesforce is like, it has a lot of things inside it. AI, they even got some AI features now, I guess so. And Oracle Corporation, you know that I think SQL, they do SQL and stuff. And Adobe, I think people know this. Adobe is a creative based company that has a lot of products ranging from After Effects, Premiere Pro, and Illustrator and Photoshop, I guess. So what they do is these are directly aimed towards consumers, like creators, you can say. So they have SaaS, I mean softwares that they sell to the creators with a monthly or yearly plan. So like it's kind of the plan varies from, I guess it's 21,000 per year. Like you can see how pricey it is, and people do buy it. Like many of them use pirated application, but if you are working in a company or so, you should buy it or you would have some tax issues. So like you can see, they are these are some of the companies that are using SaaS as a main products and making millions in revenue. They don't have any physical products and all. They just have a software, some employees who maintain it, and they sell it to the customers. Okay. And yeah, this is okay. So this is the main. So actually, SaaS has been in the market for a lot of years. Actually, it's not a new topic, but it's a new topic right now because of AI. So the growth of AI actually accelerated the production of a lot of SaaS. For example, maybe okay, there is this one. Okay, this is an application that is used by the economist and people in the financial sectors. Okay, but this is not a really big application. Actually, this is actually a really small one that's being uh, you know developed now. And I personally know the guy who does this. Actually, he's from America, and what he does is actually he's using AI to code this. So it's not just he's an economic student actually, but he now has the capability to code an application for his peers. Like he's an economist, so he personally knows what is the problem in that niche, and he wanted to come up with a software that helps it. So what he did was he just used some AI to code the application, and he's trying to sell it. So he hasn't started selling it yet, but he's still in the process of selling it. So we can see that how AI can enable every person to come up with an idea for an existing problem and make money out of it. So the AI driven SaaS ecosystem, AI agents and co-pilots. So actually, I think I'll give you a really good example actually. So first, this is like a story. You can structure it as a story. Okay. So OpenClaw is an open source AI agent framework, you can say, that was released very recently, but had a really good backing up because it's the first AI agent that does your task for you in a perfect way. Like it's a really advanced model, and you can just plug in with whatever AI model you have. Like you just have to give the API. You can use Claude, Gemini, Kimi, or something like that. So this one is an open source framework actually. So, but this is a SaaS, but it's an open source one. So how can I make money out of it? So I know a founder actually. He's from Bangalore. This guy, Ayush Ranjan. So I think 2 to 3 days back, they launched a product on Product Hunt. Okay, so where is that? Okay, this is the product actually. So what they did is they used OpenClaw to create an this is their SaaS actually. They used OpenClaw to monetize their product. Like they created a product with the help of an already existing stuff. One second, I'll show you. Okay. So you can see the OpenClaw is like an separate feature in their application. So first, where is it? Okay, I think they changed. Okay, here it is. So you have to first create an agent. Like there's only one agent for now. Like it's OpenClaw, and you have to set your admin token, and they will have their own API providers. Like they will have OpenRouter, OpenAI, Gemini, Cloud. You can choose anything. OpenClaw, anything, and like you can set the API key, and now it has an, what do you say, limit, like 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB, like virtual computers. Like it is used to run your agent indefinitely. Like you don't have to host it in your personal computer. They have their personal servers of their own, and you have to pay for it. And you can set the storage too. Like based on the storage capacity, your pricing will differ. It's like if I choose 78 GB of storage, it's like 116. So that's the matter here. Like they used an OpenClaw, which is like an open source agent, and they created their own SaaS with it. They launched it in Product Hunt, and it came like the fifth best product of that day. So that's really a big thing, because Product Hunt is a really big firm. Like they are the one that help in launching a lot of startup projects and all. So that's how you can create SaaS using agents. So that's the first point, like AI agents and copilots, and machine speed integration, disparate SaaS systems connecting an unprecedented velocity. It's like kind of the same, like because these guys have virtual computers too, which is also a kind of a SaaS, but they have dedicated servers for it. Like they have decentralized servers, and they use it to make sure that people use the decentralized servers and pay for it. And security blind spots, expanded access and opaque data flows creating vulnerabilities. Yeah, this is one. Actually, this is a con in this vibe coded applications, because uh, one sec. Excuse me for the delay. So it's like a con in vibe coded application, because there are a lot of security risks in these kind of things. Okay, and market dynamics and growth drivers and trends. So in all this, we are mainly going to discuss about the subscription models. Okay, like this one is the main kind of uh, payment model that all of the SaaS use. So as I gave an example before, like Apollo, it's like $50-$60 per month, and I will be renewing it almost every month. And another one is I uses where is it? Um, Lovable. Like I haven't renewed it this month, but it's like around $25, I guess. So these and all are SaaS products that you gotta give the one sec. Okay, these and all the SaaS products that like they have an native service like AI or lead generation, and you gotta pay a monthly subscription for using that service. Like so, that's the subscription model. And basically, the main importance of these models is that if you are making sure that the customer buys once and you don't have to charge him for that, uh, you may be in a difficult situation, because like if the customer buys once and he doesn't pay every month, then the flow of income stops there, and may or may not be you may be able to cover the cost for the future updates. Like for example, if you are charging around $20 or $25 per month, and no, you are charging 20 or $25, and that's it, you don't charge them anymore, and you give the software for lifetime. So if you are planning on creating a new feature and pushing it to your product, and then uh, the user still doesn't have to pay for it, in the back end you may have to push increase the budget a bit, because there are API cost and backend cost and cloud cost and all. So if the customer doesn't pay for it, there might be a problem that you may have to pay for those stuffs, and in the long run it will create a pay gap, and there is a good chance that your company may like have a loss. So usually what they do is, I'll show you another example. There is this one software called Cavalry. So it's a motion design software actually. So what they do is they have two plans. One is an So they have two plans. So one is free for lifetime, and another one is a professional license where you gotta pay $16 per month. Okay, $16 per month. So what it is, first, like they have a free plan because they want a lot of users to use it, so that their customer base will increase. So for example, my teammate uses Cavalry. Okay, like he's the one who creates ads for us, so he uses Cavalry to create motion ads and something like that. So after using it, he asked us to make sure that we buy us the professional plan, so which is $16 per month. Why did he want to buy us the professional plan? Means some features are logged in the software. Only when you pay the price, you can unlock it. So what does that mean is, uh, you can provide the software for free and lock some of the features behind a paywall. This will make sure that the customer who really needs the software will always buy your product. So this is like a two hit, because you can, one, increase the customer base of your product, two, you can also make sure to convert it. That's a really good way. And there is another one called Affinity 2. And by the way, these both are owned by Canva. Like Canva, I think most of the people know about Canva. So they too have a similar pricing model. They have first a free for lifetime. Second, you got to pay for actually using Canva Premium inside Affinity. Like they have an AI feature, and if you want to use it, you have to pay for Canva, which is a monthly subscription model. So either way, they are connecting to a monthly subscription model, but behind a free paywall, because they can make sure that they can increase the customer base. Okay, I gotta talk about this. Like we all know that software services are actually really growing right now, but if you are guys are planning to make a software and sell it, make sure that you sell it in the North America zone. North America, Britain, and Ireland, usually European countries and American countries. Why? Because uh, there is like a cultural gap between Western countries and South Asian countries, because people in our region usually don't uh, pay that much for a software. But in the Western countries, it's like their lifestyle, you can say. And also, if you are working from remote and you are providing your service from here, actually, like your entire service is based off of here, uh, the pricing will be comparatively less here. So when you get $100 or maybe $200 from a Western country for your subscription, and you convert it here, it's around 16K here. So you have the geographical arbitrage in doing business with the international countries where the currency is much stronger than ours. So if you guys are planning to create a SaaS and sell it, I'll definitely uh, suggest you to make sure that you guys have an idea of selling it in international countries. Okay, this one. So the future is cloud native and intelligent. What it means is, usually in the coming future, most of the applications will move to cloud and also have AI integration to it. So one of the best examples is, okay, so I read somewhere recently that from a certain point, they are going to rent you GPUs. Like you can play any game anywhere from your laptop. You don't have to have any 64 GB VRAM GPU or 32 GB RAM. You just can play it in your i3 laptop or i7 i5 laptop, but you gotta pay for the GPU and the CPU and the virtual computer you are going to use, which will be in the cloud. So maybe I'm going to pay for a game. It's around $100. The game is around $100. Okay, so next you gotta pay for a monthly subscription for the virtual computers, which is around maybe $30 per month. So the virtual computers is in the cloud, and you gotta pay for the cloud as well as the game, and you will be able to play it in your normal computer. So they're planning to make sure to cut down the hardware cost. So like you don't have to invest in any hardware, but you just got to pay for the virtual computers. Actually, this is not really a good idea because it makes like you got to pay a game every time. So, but it's a possibility. It's a new innovation, you can say. Like they are trying to do stuff like these. So that's the point of saying that future is in cloud and AI, because a lot of companies are moving towards building AI infrastructure and cloud infrastructure too. Like because these both will help in increasing efficiency, and also make sure that you have a remote access to the product anywhere from the world, like literally anywhere from the world. You don't have to be in your home to play a game. You just can play it in a cafe or something. There is no limit in playing the game. Okay, the engine of modern business. So why is it called the engine of modern business, let's say? So for example, I myself have a, you can't call it SaaS, but I did a small game, you can say. It's called Emergent Minds. I don't know whether it's still active. Yeah, this one. So this was an vibe coded application that I did last month. So so what it is actually, it is a game where you deploy AI agents, and you deploy AI agents, and they make sure that they fight each other and become victorious. That's the point. So for this game, I used Lovable as a main source of coding. So I don't know coding that much. I'm just focused on building some applications and innate and automations and stuff like that. And my teammates make sure that they code for me. Like I'm all about growth, marketing and stuff like that. But when I get some free time, I usually try to like I just pay for this lovable subscription and build some micro SaaS myself. So what I did was I just wanted to create an application where I just built a game from an concept inspired from an anime called Jujutsu Kaisen, and then I deployed it, and I got around 60 users, I guess. Like they have a chart here, like IDK where it is, but yeah, I got around 60 users for that game, and I did not make any money, but I think that this one has a potential. So what is the engine of this one? So the main engine of this business is lovable, because if there wasn't this SaaS that provided me with the service which is coding, I wouldn't be able to be creating this application in like one day and deploy it and test my proof of concept and also get users for it. So that's the really best part in having these tools helping you out. So and yeah, so and I'll show you some other examples. Like I personally know one of the founder who is, what is it? Okay. So let's take his example. Okay, why SaaS are really good model? So he's from Greece actually. So he previously worked in Y Combinator and Palantir. So he has a company called Wondercraft. So he has a company called Wondercraft, and what they do is they create, uh, AI generated videos for corporate. So in a corporate, there are like SOPs and stuff like that, right? Rule books and all. So what they do is they just feed the document inside it and make sure that they get the video about that particular document. So like, so it's something like this. So you just feed the PDF with the information and it will generate a video about the stuff. Why is it used a lot? Because instead of sharing a 50-page essay or 60-page document, you can just share a video and ask your teammates to look at it. So you may think that is this profitable or not. Like let's check in real time. Site traffic checker. So you can see how many visitors they had. 120k, which is around 1.2 lakhs, and they had around 193k total visitors, and the traffic value is around 28k dollars. So companies do use it, and they have launched it recently. Like they launched it around September 2025. So you can see how a SaaS can help corporates solve a problem, and also the founder can benefit from the monetary compensations they are provided. Okay, so this is one of the example of how a guy I knew created a SaaS and he's making a lot of profits with it. And also, yeah, so for the last part, I am just going to show you how easy it is to create a SaaS actually. So you can just use any tool such as Lovable or something. Maybe I'm just going to create a simple application for my own purpose. Like in our company, we usually send a lot of invoices, and it takes some time to create invoice because for now we are using Canva to do it. So maybe like create a application that helps in generating invoice PDFs. It should it should have the following columns: name of the recipient, amount to be paid, and etc. Can you create an application for me? So like I'm just typing it out in English. I'm not really coding anything, but I have an idea of what I should be creating. So I just communicate my idea in my own natural language like English, and it first jots out the structure of the application and then generates the code by itself. Maybe you can see it inside like what's happening, and then it would show you a preview for it, and you can just use it or deploy it. Like, let's see what it creates for now. There are a lot of applications like this. Actually, you can use bolt.new, you can use this, and you can use anti-gravity, use Google's anti-gravity, and also base 44 and Weeble. This one is kind of really new because I think they launched it last week. So it's like a really good website builder. Which this was done by a professional design studio, so the generated website really do have an aesthetic to it. So it's creating the application now. So it's the preview is actually loading. Okay. So let's say that my company name is Strive Automations, and the address is the same. 103 Main Street, London, Tamil Nadu. Okay, and the recipient name is maybe John. Client email, let's look at this. And okay, and the invoice number, invoice date, and description, maybe what you can say: lead generation, rate is around $100, and we can add item, lead scraping 100, tax rate is maybe 5. So we will get the total invoice. Thanks for doing business with us. And I'm going to download this PDF, and I got it. So it's kind of easy to generate invoice from now on for me, and I can just publish it actually. One sec. Okay, this is like it's alive live in the internet right now, and you have a invoice generator application. Like is there a message box here? I'm just pasting it here. You guys can maybe check it out. So, so this is an introduction of what SaaS is, how SaaS applications are used in the industry, how you can monetize from it, and just a short demo on how you can create one for your own, and maybe monetize it for future monetary purposes too. So, thank you, sir. Can we wind up? Uh, is there any doubts you guys can ask in the chat section, and I'm happy to answer it. Or you can just message it here. I will be able to view it and give my thoughts on it.
Now the chat window and mic is enabled. Kindly use this up. If you have any doubt, you can ask.
Good morning, sir.
Okay.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, good morning.
So you told about what is SaaS and who has made a good income from it, sir.
Yeah,
And
okay.
and at last you told how to make the invoice, how to make people buy our project. You told.
Yeah.
What my question is that first of all we have to build our own software first, right, sir? And after that only we can do all the things you told, like building an invoice and applying it. Am I right?
I'm not saying that building an invoice is the step. It's like it's the software for building an invoice. Like I said, I usually send a lot of invoice to my clients. So I use Canva for it. I just made a software to make sure that it's not a tough job for me. Like the invoice generator is the small SaaS application I did. Like it's like a demonstration.
So we can build our website in that
Yeah,
user.
absolutely. Like I'll show you one second. So, like I said, I have a startup, right? So our company name is Strive Automations, and there is this website actually. I did this with Lovable actually. Like if you have to run ads in X, you gotta have a website for it, and I did this in Lovable. Like it took me around 5 minutes. So you can do stuff like this too. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Is there a way? Okay, I'll first start with Vaishnavi Mani. So is AWS SaaS? AWS is actually a cloud service. So they have S2 buckets, and they have uh, buckets to deploy your AI features. So it's not free, but it has a free plan for like 6 months, I guess. You get around $300 of free credits, and you can experiment with it before buying the AWS plan. I think you gotta give your card details, and it would take around 2 rupees or something, and they will refund it too. And you can use it for 6 months and cancel it in the fifth month if you don't want to pay extra. Like I have did that plenty of times. Is there any way to launch SaaS for completely free? Um, I don't think so, because you gotta. at least buy your website domain. And but if you want to launch your backend, actually backend, one sec. So for backends, you can use render. This one has a free plan actually, render and Vercel. So you can use both of these to deploy a backend, and not, you can't create a SaaS for completely free, but you can do it for a minimal cost. Okay. So if you are starting in SaaS today, what would you focus on first? So if I am starting out today, I would probably focus on finding the problem that actually makes money. So either I would do that, like will sit for like a day or two and find out which problem is actually there in the niche. So how can you do it? So I give you one example. So maybe there is this website called School. So uh, there are a lot of communities here. Like you can search for maybe real estate communities, and a lot of communities will pop up. You can just go the free ones, and like I'm not joining it right now, but if you go into the free ones, there will be a lot of people talking about anything related to real estate. It may be some problems they are facing or like that. If you go and do research about it, you will find out that there is one specific problem that a lot of people have spoken about. You can maybe write it down and do a lot of research on it and come up with a solution to solve that problem. How do you balance building features versus improving scalability? uh, it's like it's literally based on the developer actually. um, if you are going, you can't really vibe code an entire application if you are going to scale it big. You can just create a proof of concept first, like the working prototype. You can use it to get some users and maybe a little money with it, and you can get some investors or some another teammate who is willing to join you, and you should be able to like invest on a developer actually. Maybe it's maybe a partner who does it completely for free or nothing. But if you are going to create a SaaS and you are adding features and you want to make it scalable, you have to have a good developer. That's one thing. Second is you have to invest in good cloud infrastructure. Like I said, for the backend, render and Vercel, they have free tiers. But if you are going to make sure that a lot of users want to use it, you have to, what do they say, you have to invest in the cloud infrastructure like that. AWS, you have to buy their plan and integrate it with your application, so it's scalable. It does not break when a lot of users use it, and also yeah, with good security and stuff. And the main thing is the good developer actually. A good developer is really important if you are going to improve the SaaS. Like for the proof of concept, you can use Lovable, Bolt, something like that. It's for the prototyping session. And after that, if you're going to build it full-fledged, you have to have a good developer with you. Except marketing and domain. Except marketing and domain. I think it's possible. Like you gotta be ready to spend a lot of time for it. But yeah, it's possible actually. What mistakes did you do early in your SaaS career that I could avoid? What I did was, actually I wanted to make the most perfect SaaS ever before I just launched it, and it did not work out actually. I just spent around 3 months, I guess, coding the entire application. Okay. Actually, I'm just speaking, so I think there is nothing to show for me right now. So, like, I just coded an entire application for 3 months, did not do any marketing for it, no distribution. Like I did not say anyone. So after 3 months, I actually didn't launch it too. So like there was no hype for my product. There was no um, demand for my product, and I did not even know whether there was any actual use case for my product. Like I thought that it would be useful for me, and I started building. So before you build it, you have to make sure that it is an actual problem that exists, and uh, you got to validate it first. Then you have to create a small prototype and use social media as much as possible to distribute your product, so that a lot of people will see your product, and there may be a chance that they will buy it. So however good your product may be, you should be able to sell it first. Like make sure a lot of eyeballs is on your product. Like attention is money. Any blogs communities that help me shape my SaaS knowledge? Just start an X account and scroll through a lot of stuff. Like there are communities, I guess. So one sec. So this is one of the community. Maybe I could use it here. Where is it? I'm just sending it here. You can see it. So yeah, I guess let's wind up the session now. Thank you for participating, sir.
The feedback will be a feedback session. So I will be giving the feedback